We're with DevilDriver in Tilburg. You're touring now with Cannibal Corpse, Black Dahlia Murder and Hour of Penance. How's the tour going so far?
Oh, great, man. It's the shows have been killer, and hanging out with all these bands is amazing. I mean, Cannibal Corpse, like probably the nicest guys I've ever met on tour. Black Dahlia, all of them, they're great. And Hour of Penance from Italy, they're a fantastic band. Yeah.
Cool. Album Beast was released in 2011. If you look back, what do you think of it?
I'm happy with the release. It was something different for us. I think every single record we do sounds different. And now that I'm listening to the new one that we're getting ready to put out in August, it's just it's mind-blowing to see the changes in the band between records, because every record sounds totally different. Yeah. So I'm happy. I like Beast. It was a time in our moment that was what it was.
There's a cover on that Black Soul Choir. The original version is a lot different. Why do you choose that song to cover?
You know, me and Mike, the guitar player, are huge fans of that band. So, you know, 16 horsepower. So I thought, you know, that would be a great song to cover. Plus, if the lyrics and the words resonate with me, if I can really get into the lyrics, then I want to cover the song. That's really what makes me want to do covers, is if I resonate with the lyrics, you know.
Yeah, as you said, there is a new album coming in September or August this year. What can we expect from the new album?
You know, I think throughout my whole career I've never said this, like this is my best record or our best record. I think this is our best record. It's unbelievable. The growth in the band, I think we've learned what we do, and on this record we've done it best. So Pray for Villains is different, Beast is different from, you know, our second or third records. This is kind of really taking the sound of the band to exactly where it should be. I'm really pleased with this record. I think people are going to love it. It's heavy and groovy.
You're going to play a new song?
No, it's too early.
Too early?
It's too early. It's too early. But when we do, this is the kind of record that we normally play 2 songs, 3 songs off a new record. This record we'll probably be playing 7, 8 songs off this record. So that'll tell you how I feel about the record personally. That you could take a lot of our older songs and put them on the shelf for a minute and just start playing this new record out. So
yeah. Hey,
what
are your plans with Cold Chamber since you are back together?
Well, we're gonna do the United States when I get home. I have 12 days, and then I start that tour, and then we're gonna come over and do festivals and do some off shows as well, like we're playing here together. So it's gonna be a good time. The time in Europe is very short, only about 2.5 weeks.
Yeah. Are there any places you haven't toured or played live and you still like to go?
Japan, China, India, Egypt, Thailand, Philippines, Indonesia.
A lot of places.
Yeah, there's some places where I would really love to go. So we're going to try to make that really happen next year.
Yeah, and what are your favorite cities or countries to play live where you already played?
I'm Italian, so I like Italy a lot. I love playing in Holland. I think Denmark is great. I love Sweden. I love Finland. You know, personally, I just think all of mainland Europe is killer. And then we're going to finish the tour in the UK, which is going to be huge. So I have a good time when I come over. It's hard to differentiate cities, you know. Maybe the different cultures or the different food and stuff that I like more, you know. But other than that, the shows are all just been really good lately.
Yeah. Chris recently became new bass player for DevilDriver. How do you find him and how does he fit in?
Well, he started working for us, and then from there he filled in a couple shows, and then from there he filled in more shows, and he just became really part of the brotherhood. Really, the guy's just a stellar person. Chris Towning is an awesome guy. He's straight edge. He has a great attitude on the road. He's an incredible performer. He's also a writer. You know, he can write. So it's glad to finally have like a final bass player like done, you know, like finally have like a dude, you know.
Yeah. He replaced Jonathan Miller, who has been a bass player for the band since the beginning. He had to leave the band because of the rehab and the recovery. You have still contact, and you know how he's doing now?
No, he didn't leave the band because of rehab and recovery. He got kicked out of the band, and when he went home, he never went to rehab and recovery. And finally, eventually, down the line, he went to rehab and recovery. And I can only hope the best for him. None of us speak to him. I have no animosity, but I just don't talk to John.
Okay.
But I wish the best for him. I hope that he has his life together. You know, it was not a good place where he was in. You know, so he lost the light in his eyes. You know.
Yes.
So all of us can smoke a little or have drinks a little or whatever, but when you lose the light in your eyes, it's time to go home. Yeah.
Yes. Which bands do you really want to do a tour with in the future, if you could choose a band?
I've been fortunate to tour with a lot of killer bands. I mean, I don't know. I'd like to go out with Black Sabbath again. It was great. When I did it before, it was amazing. But there's so many bands that I'd love to tour with. I'd love to do some shows with Black Flag. Yeah, I'd love to do some shows with. I don't know. There's a lot of bands. There's a lot of bands I want to tour with. I'm a huge fan of music. You know what I mean? So I mean, I listen to everything from Black Sabbath to Black Flag to Graveyard to fucking Sade. You know, to Billie Holiday to rockabilly to psychobilly. I mean, I love music. So I'm not a purist by any sorts. Like, I'm not just gonna listen to metal all day. That would be fucking. It would crush you, you know. You have to open your mind and like to other music, and my mind is open.
Okay. Thanks a lot for the interview. One thing I always ask in the end is there anything you would like to share with our listeners?
See you in June with Cold Chamber, and thank you very much for your support to DevilDriver. I appreciate it.